Ndubuisi Endi Ezengwa. I'm the founder and the chairman and chief executive officer of Kiara College, Agro Prompter, and Priscilla Davis. These three companies play a role in what we're about to do and the concept I'm about to discuss. We have started with a nursery farm located at my village, Umogele village, in the Selangwa South local government area of Abia State. We have also another one at Umobekwa village in Obingwa, LGA, where we have an academy. The purpose of the concept I'm about to discuss is one, the preservation of the medicinal plants which my ancestors used for healing various ailments in various people over time before the advent of the Western medications. That's number one. Then the second one also is that we want to create a laboratory, a research center to be able to study these plants, check the ones that are stories, fables, and then look at the ones that are facts, the one that has facts, the one that really can do what they say that they can do. And apart from that also, to address one of the biggest challenges we have in this medicinal healing system in Africa, that's the issue of toxicity and dosage. So we don't know how much that should be taken and how much can kill someone, even though it's supposed to be good. So I'm sure that these things have been done over the years by various universities, by various systems, but we are looking at it from a different perspective entirely. And so the farm that we are developing, for this year, we're only doing nurseries, trying to check what's going on, checking the climate, checking soil, and so on and so forth. By next year, we'll now extend to other parts of Nigeria because some of the plants are best suited in certain places. So we'll now look at soil sampling, look at weather, and so on and so forth, and then try to plant them in the best locations possible in Nigeria to be able to get optimum results. So for this year, we're just doing some testing and checking and getting the nurseries. We have selected plants from the various villages, from myself, the ones that my grandmother and my grandfathers used, and we've asked people around the villages to also give us some of the ones that they have. And it's unfortunate that many of them are becoming extinct. It's difficult to find some of them. So I don't know what could have happened, especially in my own area, if we had not developed this farm and this nursery. Some of them were getting extinct. And I remember how useful they have been. They were when I was a kid. How my grandmother would go behind the house, go to the farm, pick up some things, come, boil it, put some yam and a few things like that, and we'll take it, and then you'll be okay. So I have the passion to revisit those things and try to see how we can manage that. I mean, Western medication is very, very good. I mean, we cannot go wrong with that, but also we need to look at how we can organically also manage our systems and not only depend on just pharmaceutical products. So on the same note, so we have the farm. So we have Agro Prompter. Agro Prompter, what it does is exporting these produce, both the ones we are going to farm and produce, and some we are going to buy from other producers in other parts of Nigeria, West Africa, or Africa, and export that. So Agro Prompter will focus mostly on the export of these medicinal products. We need to get the right technique to preserve them, and that's why we have a partner in Caillou, the French company that's been in this thing since the 1800s. They're so good, and so they're going to help us to plant these things organically, and also to help us to harvest them organically, and help us to process them and preserve them organically. So, but for now, to make sure that we are going to produce the best qualities so far, we are going to buy from them. So we are engaging with Caillou. Our partner is coming to Nigeria this month, October 27th, 26th, 27th, 28th of this month, 2022, to see what we are doing and advise us and talk with us. So that's why we are inviting them. So the technology to do it properly, so there's no need to reinvent the wheels if they've been doing it for over 100 and something years. So why don't we tap into that resource to do that? And so that's what is happening with it. So Priscilla Davis does the importation. So we import those things from them, and Priscilla Davis will use the factory that we're setting up in Enugu to process them, and now to sell to Nigerian populace, to West Africa, and maybe to other European countries as well. So at the second stage of this, we are now expecting that Caillou, our partners, will come and help us to be able to process our own local ones, so that we can also export to them as well, to Europe through Caillou. We're hoping that Caillou will also import from us some of the ones that we found out to be useful. Maybe that there are ones that are already existing that we can get information on. There are some that are new, that we don't even know, they don't have even English names. So we have the local names only, and we're trying to search for English names for them. There are so many of them. So we're hoping to discover even more as we establish a world-class laboratory that can help us to process these things and be able to get the active ingredients in each of them. So we want to verify the ones that are already existing. We also want to verify new ones that people are going to bring to us, so that we can come up with something that the world hopefully will be able to use. So that's Priscilla Davis, importation and processing. Now we have Kiara College. Kiara College was established in the UK in 2006, and it was established to train healthcare workers. And we did that, and we worked for so many years for the British, came back to Nigeria. We've been consulting for the federal government, for various states, on technical and vocational education. But we want to go back to our basics, which is health and social care. So we like to work with our locals to be able to see how we can revive the traditional healing, make it a bit more formatted, make it a little bit where it can be passed on properly. Some of the messages from our great-grandparents can be passed down properly and can be taught in a nice format. So we also want to use the college as well to train the women who are going to be our outgrowers on how to plant these things, to manage them organically, harvest them, and so on and so forth. So we'll give them seeds, we'll give them plants to transplant, and then we will harvest it from them and make sure that they make more money. In my area, our staple food, our cash crop is cassava. And cassava, we make gari from it, and so mostly from it. Now, if we give a woman some of these medicinal plants to plant in the same size of farmland that they used to plant gari, they're going to make more money planting our medicinal plants than they're going to make planting cassava for gari. So that's one of the things that some of the systems we want to use to improve the economic well-being of the local women in the various communities. And from this region, we're going to move on to other regions in Nigeria, and hopefully West Africa and Africa in general. So it's really a wonderful project. It's a project that I want to age with, I want to retire with, and I have a passion for it. So we are making this initial documentary just for you to have an idea of the plants. Some of the plants that we have their local names. The English names, we're still trying to make sure that they are the ones. So we're engaging some experts in them as we go along. The ones that don't have English names, we may have to create English names for them. This program that we're running, I want everyone to be part of it. If there's anything that you need to bring in, if anything you hear about any plant, if there's anything that you know of, or that you think we should, that will be of assistance to this project, we want you to bring it in so that we will leave this world a better place than we'll find it. Thank you very much.